Hey guys, Melissa Carter, publisher and author at Wanging Dude Publishing. I felt the need to talk about writing again when it came to how to do it, meaning in what order or what happens when you run out of an idea or you run out of motivation. So I think for me, the biggest challenge is not necessarily that I don't have enough ideas for this because it's, the book that I'm publishing, which is called Facing Inward, is mainly about my life. So it's not that I ran out of stories, but I would run out of momentum, right? There would be days I'd be so excited and I would get to writing and I'd lose track of time and I'd loved the feeling of that I felt like I was doing something that's meaningful to someone. And it brought me, this lightness. But then there were days where I couldn't even get myself to open up the document to even continue. So one thing about writing, if you've never written long form before, is there is an ebb and flow of emotion that goes with it. And you need to understand that's okay. So to run out of the motivation or the emotion to do something doesn't mean it's a sign to stop. I'm more used to writing short-term things. I'm used to writing scripts, when it comes to media, short scripts, commercials, audio commercials, articles for the Georgia Voice and Huffington Post, so it's something that I have the momentum to carry me through because I can get those things done in a short amount of time. But again, to reiterate, when you do something long-term, that you are going to have days where you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to do it. And this again is personalized to you. It's your writing style. When you write, there may be an author who gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning and writes for 2 hours before they begin their day. There may be writers who decide to work from 10 to midnight, midnight to 2 a.m. And I think that is an individual decision based on your personality, because I'm a morning person. So it benefits me to write in the mornings if I was going to choose a time frame. But most of my friends are night owls. And so it would benefit them to write at night because you need to do it when your energy's at its best. But again, there's going to be days where you're frustrated, you don't feel good, you're angry, you're just not into it. My advice for that though is keep going. Just get started. I'm the biggest procrastinator when it comes to housework. Okay. So that is not my strength, is housework. Taking care of a home, setting a home up. I mean, that is a true skill that is really a full-time job. And I have no interest in it. So anything that I have to do around the house, it's an obligation. It's not relaxing for me. It's not fulfilling for me. I mean, I like a clean home and organized home when it's done, but actually doing is very difficult for me to get motivated for. Yet I still have to do it. And so it's the same philosophy I have with that. It's just get up and get started. Just get up and get started. You don't feel like it, but do it anyway. Do it anyway. I have this sticker on my refrigerator that I put up there during the pandemic, and it was applying to something more serious like COVID, but it is really effective for any situation, which is it's hard, do it anyway. So just because something's hard, just because it's hard to get through that muck of, oh, I don't feel like doing this today, it's the same as having to show up for your job. If you've worked in a job for many years, you know that not every day was as motivating as the next, but to have that consistency, to show up every day, you get paid, you get your benefits, you get to look back and see that you've been there for a long time. And same with writing. If you do something long term, you've got to know that your days are going to, sometimes be tough to get, but just get started. It's hard. Do it anyway. Just get started. Just sit down, start a sentence. Even if you're like, I'm not into it, just start something. And then you may be amazed how all of a sudden, okay, wait a second. Oh, that triggered that memory. Oh, that triggered that idea. The other thing about writing I wanted to briefly say is when I wrote this book, I did not write it in chronological order. That was my plan for the format of the book, is for me to talk about my life chronologically, but I certainly didn't write it chronologically. So basically what would happen is I would be driving around and then I realized, oh my gosh, I forgot about that time when I was on radio and I met this person. Or, oh, I forgot about the time that some of the darker stories in the book, the time that I got rejected at the pharmacy for a COVID shot and explaining why that happened. But it was like, oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I gotta. And then all I do is write that story. It's like I mentioned in a previous video, just do it section by section, just do it story by story. But when you're not feeling it, write anyway. And it's okay for you not to end up using it, but there's probably going to be something in whatever section you wrote that you will use. So there's not really a wasted effort, even if you revamp the whole section. But just do it. Just keep doing it. Be that rolling stone, right? Gathers no moss. Just do it. There's a reason that is a famous, advertising campaign, because just get started. Just pick up the laptop, pick up the pen, pencil, whatever, however you write. So that's my advice. I just wanted to warn you that there will be days that you're not into it. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do this anymore. Just waste my time. I can't believe I started this. What am I? No writer, as famous as they are, has ever had consistent days where they're so excited to be a writer. So don't expect it. Expect the bad days and then tell yourself, just start. Let's just do it. And that's probably the best piece of advice I can give when it comes to writing. Just don't give up. Thanks for being a part of the channel. Please subscribe. We would love for you to get notifications. If these videos are helpful, we would love to let you know when the next one's coming out. And please, please, please ask questions in the comment section. I'm happy to answer any questions or get the answer to any questions you have. There's other links in the description below that is not only helpful for me and this publishing company, but also maybe helpful for you as well. So thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.